Yayah Bello, the fugitive we are talking about today, ordered the court to transfer his case to Lokoja. Have you heard that before? A suspect ordering a high court judges to transfer his case to his place of choice. And the same thing now, the Inspector General of Police is now ordering the Supreme Court to give the judgment on the 16th. As I speak to you, no hearing and no date of the hearing have been passed. So, please, gentlemen of the press, is it possible for a judgment to be given without hearing?
Chai, my people, Nigeria is finished. Look at here. They want to give a judgment without hearing. Like, who does that? Right now, Banana Republic is better than Nigeria, honestly. During the 2023 election, we all were shouting, calling on the judiciary to do the justice, this and that. Like these people that are complaining now, they didn't say anything there, no. Now, everybody is receiving it. Like, everybody go chop this breakfast, honestly. It will go round before we start, speaking in one voice, and then we'll know what to do about this country called Nigeria. Just as I said in most of my video, that if we refuse to go back to the regional government, like the best option is to divide this country, let everybody go in way. That is the only solution. Because if we keep, complaining, crying, like there's absolutely nothing will change. Look at what is happening. A country, God forbid. This is really annoying. Like, that's why that I'm laughing, because this is so laughable, but at the same time annoying. And when you think about Nigeria, you always get angry, honestly. Just take a look and listen to what this group are saying. According to them, they said that Yayah Bello has made EFCC worthless. And also, another group are calling on Nigeria government to sack the NNPC chairman. Like, this is so laughable as well, because we all know that whatever the NNPC chairman is doing, I think he is receiving the order from the top. So I don't know who these people are calling, because you can't tell us that our president is unaware of everything that is happening in the oil and gas sector. So my people, we cannot talk too much. Let me just allow you guys so that you guys can hear what they are saying here.
Kogi State is that, and at men of the press, I want you to help me ask the federal government, the Inspector General of Police, and the security agent, if at all Kogi State is still in Nigeria. Because most of the things that happen in that state, I don't think Kogi State is part of Nigeria. Because that state is so small that Yayah Bello, the fugitive we are talking about today, ordered the court to transfer his case to Lokoja. Have you heard that before? A suspect ordering a high court judges to transfer his case to his place of choice. And the same thing now, the Inspector General of Police is now ordering the Supreme Court to give the judgment on the 16th. As I speak to you, official constituted panel of the Supreme Court have not been done. It has not been officially communicated to SDP Amuritala Yakubu Ajaka. As I speak to you, no hearing and no date of the hearing have been passed. So, please, gentlemen of the press, is it possible for a judgment to be given without hearing? And it is important for you men of the press to help us to ask the Nigeria government if at all Kogi State is still part of Nigeria. Because the lawlessness is getting out of hand. The lawlessness, the impunity, the torture activity, and you know what? Let me shock you with this fact. He wrote here that the police to take a strategic position, and do you know what? All will be thugs in uniform, in army, navy uniform. I was a victim of them. Over 45 guns was pointed on my head. Can you believe that somebody that is standing before you was almost killed at a gunpoint? It's only God who blindfolded them. They heard me and were asking me to identify myself, and God, with infinite mercy, I gave them a different name. Meanwhile, they have blindfolded me. So you blindfolded me and are asking me for my original name. Do you think I'm a fool? That is the only saving grace, and it is only God that can do that. And the same veteran, I don't know how we have been complaining about him. Why? Another question you men of the press should help us ask Inspector General of Police, IG Ogbuteku, with due respect, sir, you delivered me, you flew all the way with helicopter to Lokoja to save me. But then, sir, there is still more work to do. After you saved me, your man, he stayed there. 2 of your officers were killed. And today there is nothing have been done about that. It is not by force to impose your son. Let me tell you this. It is not just about Kogi State. It is about even both the central, the west, everybody everywhere is bankrupted. The governor who he brought Ododo is from Okene, his cousin. The chief of staff is his son. Let me tell you this and I challenge him severally as men of the press. I am challenging Ododo, I am challenging Bello, I am challenging Ali Bello to come out with his DNA test. If Bello is not his father, he should produce his father and his DNA test. I came from Nomagedo to Tubatu. I have a family. My father is known. His identity is known. If you say I'm not the son of my father, within 24 hours I'm going to produce you my DNA test. I challenge them to produce Bello DNA test if it's not Bello's son. The Accountant General of the state, Okene, what is the relation between him and Bello? The Chief Justice of the state, the son that is now the Chief Commissioner of Justice, where is he from? Okene. What is the relationship with Bello? Are we running a one-man show in Kogi State? Are we part of Nigeria? I don't get it. I don't get it. DG Government House is from Okene. As I speak to you, the ICPC have ordered Kogi State to produce the account of the Ministry of Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs and the whole account of the state. The woman who is Hajia Habibat have refused to cooperate with the ICPC. ICPC, wake up to your responsibility. Kogi State is part of Nigeria. As I speak to you, DG Government House is from Okene. Only Okene alone produced 3 commissioners. Why some other local government have not produced 1? As I speak to you, the biggest local government, the second biggest local government in Kogi State have not produced a single commissioner. It is imperative that we look into this affair and don't hand over Bello. See, EFCC are looking for Bello. They can never get Bello unless justice is given to the people of Kogi State. He will continue to rule in Government House and it will be extended to other states. Other governor listing. If you embezzle money and government want to go after you, put your son there because they are doing it in Kogi State. If he succeed, which I believe it will not stand. But if they allow it to stand, trust me, every governor in Kogi in Nigeria will follow suit. Embezzle money, steal, put your son, gather some money, bribe all your way through, and nothing will happen. Banana Republic is better than Nigeria if we follow that suit.
Now, from every indication, Yayah Bello have reduced EFCC to nothing. They should ask the president, has he forgotten so soon all the insults that Yayah Bello rained on him during the presidential election? What is that thing now that is making them to be shielding this man? After 8 years, he's still in the government house, and they want to tell us that they don't know where he is. But press, we are appealing to you people to direct this question to the president. Where did we go wrong in Kogi State? Why is it that Kogi State case is different from every other state? A lot of people have been killed in the course of that election. 2 police officers were killed in that election. Yet, Yayah Bello is untouchable. If the president wants to redeem his image, he should know what to do. We know where Yayah Bello is, and they can fish him out. The only way they can fish him out is to give the people the justice. Supreme Court is a constitutional court, and anything they do will either mar this country or make the country.
Him in Benghazi Street, he was booted out of that place by Ododo, either in his boot or in his car, or however they moved it away from there. Straight to the government house with all the entourage, with police, with all his talks. Have you seen him outside anywhere since then? No. So he's in government house.
So, yeah. The question is this: is Kogi State conquered? If we are conquered, then where is the face of the commander-in-chief? Are we still part of Nigeria? If we are, but for God's sake, we are calling on the commander-in-chief to call these people to order, to avoid anarchy. People are dying. Those children of the poor that you are suffering and neglecting today, trust me, when the jungle mature, they will start crying back and fighting for their rights. We know our right, but we are following the law and the constitution of the land.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Speech by the Civil Society Network on Economic and Social Advancement, CSNOESA, calling for 1 million signatures to demand the sack of the GCEO of NNPCL, Dr. Mele Kyari, and to occupy NNPCL headquarters on Thursday, August the 22nd, 2024, until President Tinubu removes Dr. Kyari. Fellow Nigerians, concerned citizens, and members of the civil society, we stand before you today with a heavy heart and a deep sense of responsibility to our beloved nation. We have gathered here to address a matter of grave importance that threatens the very fabric of our society and the well-being of our people. For too long, we have remained silent, hoping that the leadership of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company, NNPCL Limited, will heed the call for transparency, accountability, and good governance. Sadly, our hopes have been dashed, as we are now faced with a litany of allegations that paint a disturbing picture of mismanagement, corruption, and a blatant disregard for the directives of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The allegations against the Group Chief Executive Officer, GCEO, of NNPC Limited, Engineer Mele Kyari, are not mere hearsay. They are substantiated by credible evidence that demands immediate attention and action. Firstly, we are deeply concerned by the incessant fuel scarcity the country has witnessed due to the failure of Mele Kyari to address the issue of fuel scarcity. Fuel sells for as much as 1,500 naira in some parts of Nigeria, including Abuja. It is disheartening, unimaginable, and wicked that Kyari has intentionally refused that the 4 refineries should work. On his first day in office over 4 years ago, he promised that before the expiration of the President Buhari's regime, the 4 refineries will work. Over 4 years down the line, not even one has worked. Kyari is a colossal failure. Again, it is general knowledge that President Tinubu means well for Nigerians, but Kyari's disregard for President Tinubu's directive to sell crude oil to the Dangote refinery in Naira is trying to paint President Tinubu in bad light. This disregard for President's orders undermines our nation's effort to support local refining capacity and reduce our reliance on imported petroleum products. Furthermore, the revelation that NNPC Limited staff members and oil traders are operating a blending plant in Malta raises serious questions about the company's commitment to transparency and accountability. Secondly, we are appalled by the mounting allegations of fraud and embezzlement, corruption within the NNPC Limited under the leadership of Engineer Mele Kyari. The reports of fuel subsidy scams under remittance of oil sales revenue, corruption, shady pipeline surveillance contracts, and oil theft are simply unacceptable. These acts of financial impropriety have had a devastating impact on the majority of Nigerians while benefiting only a few greedy individuals. One of the most alarming allegations is a deduction of 2.1 trillion from the monthly revenue of NNPC, which was not remitted to the Federation account. This is a blatant violation of the public trust and a clear indication of the mismanagement of our nation's resources. Additionally, the supply of adulterated or bad fuel that entered the country from 2022 to 2024, causing damage to many vehicle engines and generators, is a grave concern. These allegations of massive corruption and fraudulent diversion of billions of dollars to personal and cronies' accounts must be thoroughly investigated, and Engineer Mele Kyari should be prosecuted if found guilty. Alarmingly, there are also concerns about the lack of due process and transparency in Engineer Mele Kyari's appointment as the GCEO of NNPC Limited. His appointment did not follow due process as enshrined in the provisions of the Companies and Allied Matters Act, CAMCA. Concerning that, NNPC Limited recently transitioned to a private company in line with the Petroleum Industry Act, PIA Act 2021. It is no longer allowed to have recourse to state funds. However, NNPC Limited has failed to operate as a joint production venture, IPV, with Western Oil Majors, WOM, as required by law. Furthermore, the NNPC Limited has not been transparent in publishing its crude contracts and statements of accounts under Engineer Mele Kyari's leadership. In 2022, Kyari and the NNPC management failed to remit any funds to the Federation account for 7 consecutive months. Despite Nigerians recording 16 trillion in oil sales during that year, the NNPC did not make any remittances. This lack of financial responsibility is unacceptable and raises serious questions about the management of the company's revenues. Engineer Mele Kyari must be held accountable for these actions and provide transparency regarding the companies that received subsidy payments. The government should be interested in knowing the true nature of NNPC Limited's oil production contracts and remittances to the federal account, as well as the transparency of pipeline surveillance contracts awarded by the NNPC Limited in line with global best practices. Sadly, it is even more concerning that Engineer Mele Kyari, who allegedly shortchanged every Nigerian through under remittance to the Federation, has been allowed to remain in charge of the NNPC Limited. While heads of other important departments and the EFCC have been sacked, arrested, and probed, this raises the question of why the case of the NNPC Limited, led by Engineer Mele Kyari, is being treated differently. If the government is genuinely committed to the fighting financial malfeasance, which we know that President Tinubu has been doing very well, oil theft, dubious pipeline surveillance contracts, fuel subsidies scams under remittance to the Federation account, abnormalities and lack of transparency in the NNPC Limited, then Engineer Mele Kyari should not be allowed to continue in his position. Under Mele Kyari's led management, there has been no significant increase in oil production and remittance to the Federation account since he assumed the position of GCEO of the NNPC Limited. Fellow Nigerians, the time for action is now. We, the members of the Civil Society Network on Economic and Social Advancement, CSNOESA, call on all concerned citizens to join us in demanding the immediate removal of Engineer Mele Kyari from the position as the GCEO of NNPC Limited. We are launching a nationwide campaign to collect 1 million signatures, which we will present to the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, as a clear demonstration of the people's resolve to end the reign of mismanagement and corruption at the NNPC Limited. Furthermore, we call for a protest that we can occupy the NNPC Limited headquarters on Thursday, August 22nd, 2024, until President Tinubu heeds the people's demand and removes Engineer Mele Kyari from his position, which we urge all Nigerians, regardless of their political affiliations, to join us in this peaceful demonstration to send a strong message that we will no longer tolerate the continued mismanagement and corruption within the NNPC Limited. Our nation's future and the well-being of our people are at stake. We cannot afford to remain silent in the face of these grave allegations. The NNPC Limited is a strategic national asset, and its leadership must be held accountable to the Nigerian people. We call on President Tinubu to take decisive action and remove Engineer Mele Kyari from the position as the GCEO of NNPC Limited. This is not a matter of political affiliations or personal interest. It is a matter of national security, economic stability, and the trust of the Nigerian people. Let us stand united, rise above our differences, and demand the change we deserve. Together, we can ensure that the NNPC Limited is managed with the highest standards of transparency, accountability, and professionalism for the benefit of all Nigerians.
Chai! Wonder shall never end, my people. Like Kogi people, they are asking us if it is possible to give a judgment without hearing. My people, everything is possible in Nigeria, honestly. Like sometimes I do ask, can Nigeria be faced with this kind of people that we have in power? Because every day things are getting bad, like worst. Chai! My people, I would love you guys to leave your thoughts in the comment section about what they said here, especially concerning Yayah Bello's case. Hey, please leave your thoughts in the comment section. And also, if today is your first time, don't forget to subscribe, like this video, share it as well. Thank you everyone for watching. I will see you guys in my next update. Goodbye for now.
Welcome to Shamras News TV.